Hi guys, welcome back to another episode of Model Fix. My name's Dan and today we are fixing. Alright guys, you might have noticed that this Viscous fan is constantly on and never actually goes off, and I think it's knackered basically, so I've bought a replacement, second-hand, brand new, and I'm going to put that on now. So it looks like a case of just removing 1, 2, 3, and there should be a fourth one underneath. So I'll remove those, off with the fan, change the Viscous over, undo the bolts. I'll show you how to do that in a minute, and then that's it. It's only 4 bolts, what's the worst that can happen? Got the 4 nuts off with a bit of difficulty, but I got them off. What you need to do really is have one of these magnets handy, so as soon as you come to the end of the nut you can just sort of magnet it off, and you're bound to drop your 10mm spanner unless you've got really long ones. So one of these is essential when working on one of these. But anyway, what I'm going to attempt to do now is I've managed to get the fan to the floor. Instead of removing this ridiculously awkward shroud, I'm going to jack the car up and see if I can pull the fan out from underneath, and then do what I need to do and put it back in. Almost never got the jack under there, it's very tight. I had to pull the bumper up and then force the jack underneath, and we're sitting on the cross member just about, so I just need a little bit of space to wiggle that fan out. I'm not looking for masses of space, so give it a few pumps and hopefully I'll get the fan out. And we have success. You have to sort of wangle it around that water hose, which is a bit of a pig. And be careful, don't do it like I did on a jack. Jack your car up properly, put it on jack stands, all that sort of stuff, yeah. Don't follow my example. Right, from what I've understood of these units, well, this is the replacement, and they're made up of 2 sections with a sort of a interlocking thing inside, and when this spring gets hot it expands, lets a liquid out, and locks the 2 things together, and then the fan starts moving. So when it's cold it shouldn't be spinning, and that bloody one is, so I reckon that spring's probably expanded and it's already knackered or something along those lines. So I'm going to swap this one out. I'll put the yellow dot where the yellow dot is because it seems to be there for a reason. I might actually lube that up because it looks a bit rusty. I'll spray some WD on it or some chain grease or something. I don't know if it's a good idea, but I might do that. And that's it. Let's get this bugger in there, shall we? Let's go remove 1, 2, 3, 4. And then that goes in, bosh, and then I should be able to put it back in the car. And that's the new one bolted up, and as you can see here, I can quite easily turn that with 2 fingers holding down the actual fan. Now if we look at this one here, actually I can turn that with 2 fingers, but there's a bit more resistance, and I felt a bit more resistance when I was turning it earlier as well, so there's definitely something wrong with that. You lot are going to be thinking, why the hell hasn't he cleaned inside there? So I think I might just do that actually. Okay, it's a bit cleaner now, as you can see. Took all the crap out from inside. I'm not looking for concourse, but it's cleaner, it's back in balance. That's the main thing. Right, back on the car now, from underneath, yeah. Right guys, I posted it in the hole from underneath, and then I stuck my arm, you need some skinny arms, and I managed to reach down there, push the pipe out of the way and then squeeze it up, so that's sort of halfway up at the moment. So I'm going to pull that all the way through now, and then so I was just looking at the belts because they have been squealing a little bit, you must have heard. So anyway, yeah, pull that up now and put it back in its position. I'm not sure, I didn't actually check if it goes a specific way, if it's balanced, but it's just going to go back on how I think it should go back on now. Really sick of me saying this, but this magnet is pinnacle to this whole process. Anybody who told you, oh, Viscous is easy, it's only 4 10mm nuts, well, as you've probably seen, it's bloody not. And then when you try and put the 10mm nuts back on, there's absolutely no way you're getting your hand down there in that intricate place to sort of get the first few threads on. So here's my trick: put it on the magnet like that, and then get it down to where you want it. So I'm looking through the camera here, so it's going to be difficult, but yeah, get it down to where you want it on front of the stud, and then roll it on with the other hand, and then you should be all right. And then as you tighten them, the pulley turns anyway, so you should be able to get to all of them nice and easy. All right guys, prepare for your wrists. Don't know if you can see that, but look, something along the lines of this, and that is done now. So it's going to fire it up, see if it bloody works after all that. Now I was going to say, yeah, don't waste time, just rotate the pulley until the stud you want to work on and the nut you want to put on is at the top or on this side, because otherwise you're going to struggle. I learnt the hard way, so you don't have to. So far so good guys, she's coming to a halt slowly. As you can see, she was the car is, yeah, that's not running the same as it was before. It's not making the noise it was before, which is good. And it did make the big woo when it started up, so hopefully that will work. I have confidence. Let's see. I'll let the car get up to temperature now again and see what happens. Alright guys, I'm happy with how that was operating, so I'm going to leave that now. I forgot to say, special thanks to Ifty. Ifty's one of the biggest 300ZX breakers in the whole of the UK. Is based in Birmingham, so if you need any parts for your 300ZX, give him a shout. He's a good guy and he's very helpful as well. No sponsorship going on here, by the way guys, just shouting out to good guys that are helpful. Okay guys, that's the end of this video. Hope you enjoyed it, hope you got something out of it. I did actually forget to do an outro for this video, so I'm doing it in current time. That will be the date of the release of this video. In other news, I have bought a Mazda RX-7. You might have seen it on my Instagram. So now in total I have 6 cars, and there's lots of work planned for them, and there is a massive update that I've got to give you. If you want to see that update video, comment down below and I'll try and drop that sooner. If you're not bothered, I'll just get the backlog of videos out. I think I've done some work on the 206 that I've forgotten about. Suspension stuff. There might be a few more on the 300ZX, and I've already done 1 or maybe 2 on the RX-7, so I can get those out and then do the update. Or if you want to hear the news, let me know in the comments below. Anyway, hope you liked that video. Give it a thumbs up and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.